So this is going to go up on the ER Shred podcast. For any of you who are catching this live but can't stick with us for the whole interview, if you'd like to catch the replay, go listen to it on the podcast. You can find it on iTunes, or you can even watch it on YouTube. So it'll always be on all the different platforms, whatever you like to, whatever platform you like to use, consume your content on, it will be there. So thank you so much, Michele, for joining us. And would you start by introducing yourself? Tell me where you live, married, single, divorced, kids, occupation, how long you've been an ER shredder, and a little bit about your personality.
I'm Michele Stevens, but I go by Michele Renee, which is a middle name. So,
Okay.
yeah. And I live in Littleton, Colorado. I'm a native here, born and raised. I have four kids, two of my my sons, and then two stepdaughters. We have four grandkids. And my husband is retired, so we pretty much hang out together, go to the gym together, and been involved with isogenics since the beginning. Like, I was trying to think when they started. Which year was it?
I think it was like 2003.
Because my youngest son was 3 at the time. So, and got introduced to it and kind of been going back and forth with it, and was introduced to the ER Shred last January by Drew Greenlaw.
Okay.
The Greenlaws.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he introduced me to it in January. He sent me some information and a link. I think it was with you guys. He sent me some stuff, and I kind of got on the page and followed it for just a little bit, and because being kind of leery with certain things, and just kept reading and reading and reading, and then decided to jump onto it. Awesome. And I started in February, like right after Valentine's Day, I started, and I did 3 back-to-back, the 11-day.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's been almost a year for you.
Yeah, it's almost been a year. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. And what's your diet like now?
It's pretty bland and simple.
Yeah, you just you feel best that way. Yeah.
I didn't introduce a lot of foods. I did it because I already knew what my culprits were. I didn't know. So we had to go. So we had a bunch of meat that wasn't grass-fed meat that we had to kind of go through to get rid of our inventory before I switched over to the grass-fed.
Okay.
So that was a little bit of a transition because I felt like I wasn't seeing results. And I remember Sean saying grass-fed, finish-fed is going to be a game changer.
Yes.
So when we were done, I think we were kind of done with our inventory of meat, like maybe in May. Then I switched over to like the grass-fed, and yes, it was a lot different.
Oh, that's cool that you noticed.
Yes, noticed right away. But honestly, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I haven't had fruits or vegetables in over a year.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing, is we're learning to say, to no longer say what's good or bad.
Right.
Other than I don't think that there's a place for white sugar in our diets. I think we'll be just fine with like the more natural sources of sweetness, if we can use berries or as for your sweet tooth, or raw honey,
which I have, which I get raw honey from a local guy here in Boulder who makes it. Him and his family do. I get it from there. Honestly, I had already eliminated a lot of stuff out of the diet long time ago.
Awesome.
Out of food, knowing that I couldn't do it. I have found that 2 shakes is kind of a lot for me. I have to play around with that sometimes.
I'm the same way. I'm more like, I break them up. I do half at a time because they're so filling.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are. They're incredibly filling. So, as far as like energy, lots of energy, I do just fine. I feel like I can keep up, and what I do for work, I'm appalled at how our diet is with our young kids.
I know. It's so hard to get them to be on board. We're trying to make gradual changes, but it's really hard to just expect them to be, we've got 40 years of experience with our own diet and trying to overcome all these cravings and, being around it and all of that. It's
Yeah.
like we can't expect our kids to be on the same level of understanding
Right.
and motivation around it. So we do what we can, but hopefully over time they can just learn from our example.
Yes, they can. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, I work outdoors where I work at, like in the summertime, we have a pool and a lake where I'm at in our neighborhood. So
Oh.
there's a lot of young kids, they're lifeguards and stuff, and they are swimmers, but and they always laugh at me because I refer to sugar as crack.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you kids and your crack addiction, you guys need to get off of that.
I know.
It's so bad. It's horrible. It's
It
really
is.
bad.
I know. But
Yeah.
hopefully you just over time, our example will just show them that, how to
Yeah.
feel their best.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Because, I'm a lot older and but I can keep up with them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Mhm.
So tell me a little bit about your personality. How would you describe yourself?
Oh gosh.
Or how would somebody else describe you?
Complicated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think most women are complicated.
I have quite a few different personalities that go on, and my husband will vouch for that. But I'm complicated, and I know I'm complicated, and I know that I can be difficult, but my overall personality is to educate, inform, and make everybody aware of the importance of quality of good food.
That's awesome.
I mean, I really, that's kind of where I go. And I am unfortunately can be a bad trait, but I want the best for everybody.
So
So
it's almost like it's like
caretaker.
seems good, but it's also can be like a little controlling because you want them to feel better. You're like, just feel better, god damn it.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes people can take advantage of that just because I can be, just a very, caring person and want to take care of everybody. And sometimes it's not always the best, but I know when it's not the best. I have realized that. So
Yeah.
but that's okay. That's okay.
You
It
learn.
is what it is.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
awesome. So your passion is health and nutrition, obviously, but do you have any passions aside from all of that?
I didn't know my artistic ability was there. So 2 years ago, when this pandemic hit, we saw a couple rocks in the neighborhood. People had painted rocks, the kids did, and I picked it up. And in the last 2 years in our neighborhood, with all of the encouraging rocks that I do, I've done about 4,000.
Oh my
And
gosh. That's so funny. I've done the same thing out.
you did?
I have one right here, one of my favorite ones.
That's kind of what I do. That is a fabulous one.
Awesome. And I did a little Mod Podge thing on the back so they can track
Are you doing
it?
Are you painting them? You're doing them?
Yeah, I did this one.
You did?
Well, I spray paint it white and then I just use a black marker. But it's fun and it's like therapeutic for me too. I actually really enjoy it.
It is so therapeutic. I mean, I don't know. The only one I have in here right now, I find heart rocks that are shaped like hearts.
I love that.
I see hearts a lot.
Yeah.
I have a lot of pictures. I need to put a book together of all the hearts that I have seen.
Oh.
So I do find a lot of heart rocks, and I mean, you can't really tell this rock here, but it is a heart-shaped rock.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that is so cool to find the heart-shaped rocks. I love that idea.
I find a lot of them, and I place them all around the neighborhood. Right now, I'm doing a really cute collection. I have quite a few different collections that I do. It's the girls' rock, and I'm doing all these really cute rocks. I'll have to send you something, but of women on these little. It's the cutest thing ever.
Oh, yes.
And it's this girl's rock on it, but I'm kind of known as the rock lady in the community.
I love that.
They've done a few write-ups about me and stuff, and
Oh,
I mean, it's really cute, and
yeah.
I like it, but we hide them we kind of place them all over and people know about them, and we've totaled them up to about 4,000 rocks that I've
Oh
done.
my gosh, that's a lot.
I know.
I think I've done like 20.
And they're not on like big rocks like yours. They're like on these little rocks. And I'm going to tell you something. The jelly roll pens,
Yeah.
the best,
Oh, really?
the best.
Oh, okay, good to know. Because I was like, when COVID hit, I was afraid to do it. So I stopped doing it ever since COVID because I'm like, nobody's going to want to touch my rock.
They will. They will touch it.
Oh,
They
okay.
will. They'll pick them up. You know, if you live like in a community, they will. And I mean, I have done so. There's been times where I'm like, okay, I'm going to quit. Like, what am I doing? But I'll run into people when we're out on the walks, and they'll be like, "You're the rock lady." And
Oh,
I've heard several stories, especially from two women who have lost kids to suicide here in the community when they find the heart rocks.
oh my gosh. Yes,
It
that will
means something for them.
definitely keep you going. Yes.
I'm like, okay, I can't quit. So
Yeah, I love
yeah.
that. What a way to just brighten someoone's day.
Yeah.
You know, finding the rock and
Yes.
feeling like that rock was meant for you to find.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is really cool.
I'm like, okay, I won't stop. I'll keep going. And, you know, if this helps people. So, and then I've had quite a few people who leave rock. I actually work right around the corner from where I live here, literally like a minute away. And I've had like kids and people leave rocks for me on our front door at work. Like
Yeah.
they'll leave rocks like that are blank.
Oh, because they want you. Oh,
Yes.
that's so awesome. Well, this is so fun. I love learning this about you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to move into the next question, which is visualizing. I believe, visualizing is just one of the best ways to manifest the things that you ultimately want, but also coupled with so much gratitude for the life you have now. And I think that's the hard part where people do, like, they want certain things, but they're focused so much on what the lack of what they, that they don't have it now, instead of appreciating the abundance that they have right now, but still dreaming and creating with your mind, visualizing the things that you still would like to manifest. And it's like art, like with the
Art, yeah.
with the rocks,
Yeah.
it's like you can really enjoy the visualization process of it, creating the art and then watching it come together. So if you could have, are there things that you are hoping to create within the near future? How would you describe that in full detail?
As far as I mean, the rocks will probably stay there. As far as right now, I'm looking into creating some of the wood, the drawing on the wood, with the little wood pen.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that because we tried some different things. I mean, that's something that I'm looking into right now,
That's
and
a
it's going
good
to be
idea.
a whole other direction.
The like driftwood pieces of
Yeah, with that little
branches, things.
machine. Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That little wood. It's that little wood burning machine.
Oh, so it's like burning the
Yes.
drawing into like a piece of wood, right?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds
Yes.
cool.
That's the next thing. We have a lot of trees in this community, and things have got cut down. And so I find all of the branches, and I've been bringing them home, and my husband has gotten into cutting it for me. And this is like a new project for us. That's what I want to try. And with the rock, what I'm going to do is we'll do the little wood chips, and then I'm going to I don't know what the vision is yet, but when it comes, we're going to hang them up around trees around the neighborhood for people to take.
Oh, that sounds awesome. How would you hang them?
With just like the string, we'll drill holes into the little wood chip, and then we're going to go around. I don't know if I'm going to have stuff about trees, like sayings about trees and nature and health and wellness, and that I'm going to put on them. And then I'm just going to, when I'm out on my walk, put them out on trees.
Oh my gosh, that is
so such that people can just grab them off and take them.
Oh my gosh. And how big would it be? They could probably even wear it as a little necklace even.
Probably I can do them that size. They can be, good round size wood chips, just depending on what size branches that I find and what we get out of it.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
That's something that I want to do with more like health and wellness stuff put on there and different sayings put on it. My
Oh,
husband's like,
that's,
you need to sell this stuff. I'm like, I'm not, it's never going to happen. I'm never going to sell it.
yeah. It's just
I'm never
your
going to
way of
sell free.
spreading joy in the world.
I'm never going to sell them. It's just going to be free, positive information that people can take and however they take it.
I know,
So
I like that approach too, because I think it's part of our conditioning that we think that everything that we create should create money.
yeah,
But what if we just like threw that idea, just like with, ER Shred, we're throwing out a
yeah,
lot of old beliefs. And what if we
yes,
just threw out that belief that, creating art should, equal money or payment, and just like think of it, as the law of attraction, like it just comes back to you in different ways. It might
yeah.
not come to you in money, but whatever you're putting out, the positivity that you're putting out into the world is going to come back to you in some form. And it does not always have to be money.
It does not. I mean, I always say, don't invite that negative energy in. Please don't invite it in. Don't invite sickness in. Don't invite it in.
Yeah.
Keep it away. Keep it away. And
Yeah.
with just positive reinforcement that, yeah, it's just healthier that way
Yeah.
over your mind and everything.
Yes.
Don't invite
Absolutely.
it. Keep it positive. Keep it
Yeah.
positive
Oh, I love that.
every day,
Yeah.
every day. So, and I
So
know that
good.
I can be really hard on myself. So I have to, but that's something that I have to work through. But as long as I try to keep it positive,
Yeah.
it helps. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. I got to be on top of the mindset aspect of
Yes.
things. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like our life is pretty simple here in Colorado. And then with him retiring, he retired like almost 5 years ago. Our life is very simple.
Yeah.
There's
Which
nothing
I like
extravagant.
simple. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. There's nothing really extravagant about it. I mean, we have what we need. We have shelter, we have food, we have health, we have family around us. So it's very simple. And I'm fortunate to have my mom, who's 80 years old, who looks pretty smoking hot still.
Wow.
So everybody, and everybody's healthy and well in the family, and that's good.
I love that.
Yeah.
What a great
Mhm.
mentality, and
Yeah.
a way to be appreciative of
Yeah.
a simple life, and
Yes.
realize that the way we've been conditioned around
Yeah.
having these big goals that always look like big fancy cars and houses and things like that, and fame, and it's just like, I think as you get older, we just start to realize like, oh, like, why have I been striving for all of that?
Yeah.
It's really not what I ultimately want. And like, that's what we're at. We're like simplifying a lot.
A
We,
lot.
in the
Yeah.
beginning of Isogenics, it was just like we were more money mindset, and getting all the nice fancy things, and we got the houses and the cars and the boat and all that fun stuff. But now we're just like, let's get rid of it all. Like, we're selling our house, selling the boat, our other house, and now we're just like, let's just do what we can to be more simple. And it
Yeah.
just feels so much better. It's like so freeing. You don't realize that all those big fancy things are just weighing you down.
They are.
They cause you more stress than they're worth.
So much more stress.
Yeah.
I'm like, if we have to walk to the gym, we're good with that.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't always need to have everything in your home. It's nice to get out of your house sometimes.
You do. You have to get out of your house and get out and breathe in the fresh air. And, the last 2 years, it's been a lot. I mean, we've discovered a lot in this community by walking everywhere
Oh.
and meeting I mean, I do meet a lot of people just because I do work for the community at our pool, and we have a lake back there. So I'm there all year round. So I am pretty known, like, by a lot from people coming in there. But we've discovered a lot in this community, things we didn't know about. I mean, different things that we just had never seen before from walking.
That's so
And,
cool.
that's been great. And I will never, ever give up my outside time. Ever, ever, ever.
Yeah.
Even if somebody tells me you need to stay inside, I'll be like,
No,
no.
like,
No.
it's like so therapeutic to be outside,
Yeah.
like barefoot on the ground, like in
Yes.
the sun on your skin, like all
Yes.
those things. You're just like, this is like what gives me life. And,
Yes.
so much that that I never really took advantage of before until, more recently, the last
Yes.
few years. And I think COVID has done a lot of shifting for a lot of people. And I like how you said,
Yeah.
I discovered my artistic ability since COVID. I think like a lot of people are discovering so much about themselves because of this huge like crisis that's like shaking
Yeah.
everything up.
I mean, I knew I was I was creative like in high school, and I knew I was creative, but I had put it down. The creativity was somewhere else. I mean, like painting the house or different colors in our house or experimenting with that. But the rocks have come a long way. And
Yeah.
they were a savior, very much a savior.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love that. Well,
yeah.
let's talk a little bit about your past and like the things that you feel proud of that you've accomplished. Because I think it's a fun thing to highlight those things that you've done over the course of your life because it reminds us of what we're capable of. And that's why I think that was one of my questions that I wanted to ask people is because as we remind ourselves of these things, it's like you empower yourself just by reminding yourself of all the things you've done. Sometimes we are striving for certain goals and we haven't reached them yet. And then we little by little, we start telling ourselves like, oh, maybe I'm just not good at this, or maybe I'm just not that type of person, or I'm not disciplined enough. I'm not motivated enough. So what are some of the things that you could share with us? Like as many things as you can think of that you are proud of that you overcame, even something tragic, maybe if you had something tragic happen in your life and you felt like I could never move beyond this, I can never get over that. Like, tell me about some of those things.
Um, I'm most proud of my children, my two boys, and being a mom. I mean, the dedication and I mean, they're 29 and 23. So, and my oldest just got married, so that was a huge milestone. It was hard for me.
Oh,
I did learn a lot about myself through this engagement, him getting engaged, and it had nothing. I love her. It
yeah.
just was, where did the time go and how precious time is. So
Yeah.
the time, I'm learning to try to embrace being in the moment more. I need to be in that moment more.
Yeah.
Because time, it got away from us. It got away from me. And the last 2 years has gone by really fast too, if you think about it. So
Mm-hmm.
I just, those accomplishments with my children are big because they're incredibly nice people. And
Oh,
my marriage is a huge accomplishment. Like it can be hard.
I agree.
That's
Like
huge.
every year that we are like, oh, we're at 17, 18, oh, 19, like it just feels like
Woo!
we're doing awesome. Like
You're
how
doing
many
good.
years we've done this.
And going through all the obstacles of it and learning
Yeah.
about each other and all of that. And that's a huge accomplishment for me. And, you know, just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I stopped years and years ago being a goal setter. I don't really set goals anymore. I kind of go by what's going on and what we're doing and where I'm at. And I don't know if I'm just like afraid of failure if I don't meet those goals. I'm not really sure. I don't know, but I can tell you that when I get a mindset, I'm very consistent and I'm very dedicated,
I
and
feel
I
like
will
I
put
can relate to you a
100%
lot.
into it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I'm like the same when it comes to the whole goal setting thing. There's something about it, and I can't quite put my finger on it yet. I think I'm still trying to navigate like, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Right,
Because I'm like, I don't have as many goals as I used to have. And I'm like,
right.
is that because I'm giving up, or is it because I'm just realizing that always like being so like um having that type of mentality where I have to
Yeah.
accomplish a lot. I
Mhm.
don't have that anymore. It's like I don't feel like it's as necessary as it once was in my life, like, oh, I got to achieve this, I got to do that now. And it's just like the little things, just by being on top of my diet, I feel like that's
Yeah.
a huge accomplishment. And just being more present and those types
Yeah.
of
It's
things.
like,
They're just more simple goals,
yeah,
you
more
know?
simple. I mean, yeah, it could be just more simple goals. And it's not like I write them down people will ask, what are your goals for the new year? And I'm like, I'm just glad to be here that, I'm here in 2022 and it's a new year, and let's see where we go with this and where I'm going to
Yeah.
be navigated towards and where it's going to bring me. I don't know, because I don't know. So
Yeah.
I just kind of have to go with the flow of everything. And to me, it's not a bad thing. Now, I mean, I grew up with a military dad and my husband is military. And so ex-military, they're both Marines.
Oh,
And the strive for perfection.
yeah.
I need to work on that one, not being so hard on myself for the strive for perfection.
Yes.
I need to work on that a little bit because that can be just, but I'm a hard worker. You know, when you're a hard worker and, you know, your work ethic is really good, like that's strive for perfection sometimes. So, and I have to remember I'm 55 and I'm not going to have that strive for perfection body that I once had.
Yeah.
It's changing. It's changing.
So you're meaning strive for perfection around your body.
Yes, I can be really
okay.
hard on that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I need to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
I do because it changes.
Yeah, I know.
It changes.
I know. It's like we just hit 40 and it's suddenly you just have to, it's like you finally reach certain like goals that you had for your body or your diet.
Yeah.
And then now you have a whole other set of things, which is aging and my hair's not the same and all the stuff that I'm like, I just finally got to a good place and now it's like a whole new set. So I think it's just the lessons of life that's like, stop being so caught up in our physical appearance. Like, let's get more internal and just feel good, like with our physical body rather than what it looks like. That's hard.
And I have to remember that I feel good. I have to remember that I feel incredibly good. Like I feel better probably than I do when I was 20. If I look back on it, I probably feel much better. And overall, I'm able to walk, my legs work, everything works, everything's working. I'm not, I'm not sick, which I have been in the past where I was really, really sick and falling apart. And it was really, really bad until we figured out exactly what it was. And we found it 5 years ago. And that took like 10 years to figure that one out. So to be healthy now and to be going, but yeah, I have to remember not to be so hard on myself with that perfection thing of what I'm supposed to look like. And because I don't even know what I'm supposed to look like here at 55. I don't know. I don't know.
I know.
Because we all look different. I don't know. I don't know. So it's just moving forward from that. I have to remember not to be hard on myself. I really do, Crystal. I have to remember just not to be hard on myself, that I'm healthy and I'm capable of being in a gym and working out and I'm capable of still going, you know, running or I'm able to do everything that I normally do. I'm able to do all that.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah. Gosh, I feel like I can relate to you in so many ways. Everything that you're talking about, I'm like, I feel like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah. And just because my hair sometimes falls out, or it's changed, the texture's changed. I'm like, at least I still have hair. I'm like, at least I still have hair. It's not completely, I'm like, you have hair, Michelle, you still have hair and you know, you're okay. It's going to fall out. And oh my gosh, so much sometimes. Like,
I know.
Oh gosh.
Oh, we're learning lessons.
Oh, all the time. So, you know, I'm getting better and I just, you know, but I felt like me being hard on myself came later in life. Some of the insecurities, that wasn't there before.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Not as a teenager, which that seems to be the hardest time.
Never had it.
For me, anyway.
Didn't have it. It appeared much later, like within the last probably 10 years. So that's been very foreign to me and trying to understand that.
Like aging, being okay with aging.
I don't know because it didn't really bother me, like the numbers and the age didn't, but like I said, it's that image that I thought I was supposed to have with my body and maybe that changing. I don't know that I became harder on myself like some girls experience when you're teenagers. I had it later in life, in my late 40s. I had it. The insecurities. Yeah.
It's all so
that's been challenging to understand.
Yeah, totally.
Like, where the heck did this come from?
Yeah, like just when we feel like we figured life out, like a whole something else happens, you're like, wait, I don't get this. This is new. I don't understand why this is coming up now. Yeah.
So you know, that's been interesting to try to understand.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, I just keep moving forward and be like, oh God, Michelle, get over yourself sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Well, that leads us into the next question, actually. since we all come from different walks of life and different experiences and different beliefs, and we're all working towards having empathy and compassion and understanding around all the diversity of beliefs that people come from, especially, even within our own community, like everybody has their own beliefs about food, or even like what we can't just say, yeah, like apples are essential. Like we should all be eating apples. Like we're realizing now that we can't be so definitive about things anymore. We can't say like everybody should be eating this way. Like we start with the baseline, and that's like everybody's starting point blueprint. Like here, this is where you're going to start. And then as we expand and move into creating our own unique blueprint, we have to get out of the whole dogmatic approach of this is the way, like everybody should be doing it this way, and so that's why I think when it comes to our different beliefs about life and the purpose of life, I think it's a beautiful thing as we open our minds up and learn from other people. And it's just such a great opportunity for us to think outside of our own paradigm, what we think is the truth. And so that's why I'm just super interested in learning about all the different beliefs, what people think about their own unique purpose, why we're here on this earth. Like, tell me a little bit about what you think, what for you, what is the purpose of life and all of that?
Purpose of life, I mean, I'm pretty simple, but I try, I try to help people, understand, food, but I get it. Not everybody, like most of the girls that I work with, my coworkers and stuff, they believe in the fat-free, sugar-free. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
But I don't overstep boundaries and go, well, you're looking at a huge shit show storm of it's going to be a shit show. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Do I actually say that to them? No, it's not going to be good. No. And they will come at me about food, because they see me drinking shakes and drinking, almost 100 ounces of water a day. And, they almost like laugh at you when you eat a certain way, correct? Like, do you find that people will laugh? Like,
totally.
You don't eat like broccoli and you don't eat vegetables? No, I don't. But look at all the energy that I have. That's kind of where I'll go with it. So you're right. None of us conform to one thing. None of us do. Even on the shred, some people do great introducing vegetables, a little bit of fruit. Some people do great with it. I, on the other hand, don't, and I don't miss it. I'm not missing it at all. I'm doing okay. So what works for somebody doesn't always work for another. It doesn't. And that's just the way it is. You're going to find people who believe kind of the same way you do, and you'll gravitate towards them and you'll share information with them. And, it's always welcoming, you find those people, but everybody is so different. And that's what makes us all unique. I don't think there's any room for being negative towards somebody if they don't believe the way you do. There's no room for that. You don't need to be negative just because somebody doesn't believe or conform the way you do. There's no room for that.
Yeah.
Why be mad at them because they don't believe the way you do?
Yeah. And like there's no
way. Why are you mad at me? Like, why are you mad at me because I don't believe the way? I'm like, why are you mad at me? Like, we can still be friends. We can still be friends.
Yeah. And nobody can step into your body and know specifically what is good for you and what's not good for you. So it's like the fact that we think that we know what's best for another person and we're trying to push our beliefs and our way of living our lifestyle on other people. It's like, why do we do that? Like, it just gives us the validation that we need, if people agree with us. It's like really all about the validation, I think, like to make us feel better about our choices.
I don't know. I feel like even if we don't agree on something, we're going to find something that we have a common ground on.
Absolutely.
We're going to find something through a friendship. We're going to find something that, like, oh my gosh, our kids play soccer, or we play tennis, or we do this, or we're going to have a common ground, something that's going to bring us together. If people would just open up to that.
Yeah.
Even if we don't have a belief, if we don't believe the same religion or how food or what's going on now in this world, I bet you we have a common ground somewhere where we could probably get along.
I agree. And it's like you can learn so much by dropping your ego around like
Yes.
I need to be right, because even within my own marriage, you know, just by simply, we've had a lot of disagreements about
Yeah.
all kinds of things, you know,
Oh,
parenting, even the purpose of life and beliefs and all of this stuff. And it's like you start to realize, like, why am I arguing? Like, why can't I just listen and be like, interesting, that's so cool that that's the way you see it?
yeah.
Because like that's the way he sees it. Why am I trying to get him to be in my body, my experience, my background? Like it's impossible. So we're arguing for no, like nothing's ever gonna we're never gonna be able to come together fully in agreement
Unless we find that common ground, the common ground.
Yeah, and also another thing that I found is that a lot of our disagreements come down to words and language. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, we're actually talking about the same thing, but we're talking
but it's
about
completely different.
We're using different words. We're describing it differently. Yeah.
Because I've told my husband that many times. I'm like, I don't know. We may be on the same page, but what I'm saying and what you're saying we're way off.
Yeah.
But we're on the same page, but it's completely off. Like, I don't know where we're going wrong at here.
Yeah.
Help us. Help. Somebody help us. Although, I mean, I'm glad that we can like laugh about it sometimes, but you know, sometimes it's so frustrating. But I mean, there's always a common ground there. There's always a common ground with people. And if you don't believe the same beliefs, there is a common ground.
There really is.
Can get along. For whatever reason, it's not there right now. It's kind of left the building, but I'm hoping that at some point it comes back again, because I feel people are a little disconnected from each other right now.
Yeah, I think there's
disconnected and
there's a lot of divisiveness going on. And I think it's just, there's so much chaos going on that we're having a hard time finding that connection again.
Yes, we are.
Because we're like, well, I feel so strongly about this belief, you know, like everybody needs to be doing it like this, you know?
Yeah, I do. I feel there's a huge disconnect right now, and I see it everywhere, and I see it in faces, and I see it in eyes, and I see it in body language. I see it. And I'm hoping, I'm praying that it starts coming back together where we can all connect again in a good, positive way, not be so at each other and so angry with everybody. Yeah. Angry. And I mean, you know, me and my husband, the last year when we'd be out walking, you could just see the anger in people's eyes. Like, I was like, even if you said hi to somebody, it was like,
they're like, you gave me COVID.
Gosh, a friendly hello was just like so offensive to people, but I was like, we're still going to say hello. We're still going to keep going at it. And we're going to still say it with a smile on our face, and people will eventually start responding to us in a good way. So, you know, that's something that I pray for everybody and all of us, that we all start connecting again and not being so afraid of each other and what we believe in and what we do. Like, don't be afraid of me just because I don't believe. People are afraid of everybody now. Yeah. And I don't want people to be afraid of everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't need to be afraid of everybody.
Let's just listen. Let's listen to what everybody has to say. Yes. And just because it's different than what you believe doesn't mean by you giving them a voice and allowing them to speak, that doesn't mean that you agree with them. Yeah. But you just have compassion and just be like interested in what they're saying. Yeah.
Yes, and there's nothing wrong with being a little bit more compassionate and kindness towards people. So, you know, at the end of the day, we all go to Costco. That's what I always say. At the end of the day, we all go to Costco and walk the lines and stand in the line to pay for our stuff. So
I like that. End of the day. Yeah.
Still at Costco.
Yes. We have something in common. We all love Costco.
We all love Costco. And Target.
Yes.
We all go to Target. So, you know, at the end of the day, we're all striving to do the same stuff, is take care of our families, take care of ourselves, take care of our pets. At the end of the day, we're all doing that, you know, we're all doing that. So we just need to be nicer to each other. Just
I agree.
Nice.
Yeah, let's be nice. Nice. This is fun. I've loved talking to you, Michele. Thank you so much for being on. I just really enjoy asking these questions, and it's been fun to realize how much we have in common.
Yes.
That's
We
one
have
of the things.
rocks. We do rocks.
Yeah, we do rocks. We have complicated personalities.
Oh, so complicated.
We like simplicity, and we're just enjoying the simple things of life and going with the flow. That's like what
I
I'm
just
all
go with
about.
the flow.
Yeah.
Going with the flow, and just, every day you're either going to encounter a new person that's going to come into your life, or it's just going to be a very simple day of just you and your family, and you did the simple things of life of going to the grocery store, cleaning your house, just being at home, going to work, paying bills, or you get out and you've met somebody new that day, or a friendly hello. It's just we need to not complicate things so much sometimes.
I
Just
agree.
not complicate so much.
Yes. We overthink things.
Yeah. Sometimes we do. We overthink. So, and today's a good day. It's Thursday, and I have snow here. And I have snow.
Which is making you glow. The snow in the background, you're glowing like an angel.
I don't know. I mean, you know what? I have learned, I will tell you, being here in Colorado, I've been okay with the snow, like, the seasons that we get.
Yeah.
But as I've, gotten older in the last 5 years, no, I don't like the snow so much. I want sunshine all the time.
Yeah. I always tell Sean, I'm like, I like the snow from inside. I like to look at it outside while I'm sitting next to my fireplace.
Yes.
But I don't want to go outside in it.
No, I don't feel like I like the cold so much and the snow so much, even though it can be beautiful. If it stays up in the rock, up in the mountains up there, I'm okay. And we've been really lucky here where it hasn't snowed until like just recently. It's been pretty nice where I've still been in shorts. So that's something that I've discovered, and we've discovered that we probably need to live in a different climate. We're just not sure where.
Oh, well, St. George is perfect.
You know what, we've read about St. George, that like out there, that it's sunshine all the time, right? What's the average temperature there? What's the average temperature? Like today, what is it there?
Our high is like 56, I think, today.
Do you guys get snow? Do you get snow?
No, maybe every once in a while. It's like once, like every couple years, and it melts by the afternoon.
Okay.
So later this week, our high is 60. So we'll get up to 60 on Monday, but it's like averaging in the 50s right now in January and February.
That's not bad. I mean, to me, that's livable. Like you could be out in shorts still. The sun's out.
Well, my kids will like refuse to wear jackets, and they wear shorts year round.
Okay.
But we're like, you at least need to wear a jacket.
Right. We put a jacket on. Yeah. I mean, that is something like in the future here is a different climate, is a warmer climate to live in.
Yeah. I know.
So it's just a matter of,
it's part of your visualizing the next phase of your life.
Yes, exactly. And where we're going, where we're headed, in a smaller house. So
I know that sounds funny, right? I just want a smaller house. Like you don't really hear that. But now I just think it's becoming more common. Like we just want less things.
Yeah, my son, my oldest son who just got married, they bought a house. They bought a tiny house. It's a tiny house.
Oh, I love that. That's like my dream when my kids move out to
ours too.
Yeah.
Or a tree house.
I know, like right in the middle of the trees, and just something really tiny, and nature all around. Like sounds perfect.
Sounds great to us. It does sound perfect.
Yeah.
Crystal, it's been wonderful talking with you guys. I mean, I enjoy all of your videos. And one more question. How is Sean's back doing?
Much better. He's almost 100 back to 100%, and he can start working out, but he's just trying to take it easy. He doesn't want to rush into it. Yeah. But thank you for asking.
Good for him. Good. Well, it's been absolutely wonderful talking with you. And I mean, I don't have like a picture of myself on, I don't take any pictures on the shred, like before and after. I don't do that, but I always enjoy seeing everybody else's accomplishments and what they're doing. Not my thing to do that. I know where I stand, and I know what I need to work on, but it's great to see that, and great to hear different things, and see different things, and learn a lot of different things. So
well, thank you for being in the group and participating and just being part of the community. Like that's just really what we appreciate. We appreciate how everybody's coming together and supporting one another in whichever way is best for them.
Yeah, and then the
So
way everybody jumps on when people are struggling, like, oh my gosh, like what is happening, and you guys always jump on to try to help everybody. And so I did, one of the questions that I had was the Greenlaws. Do you know them? Do you guys know them?
Sean does. He knows them really well.
Okay, so where do they play a part in this? Like in isogenics, where, like, what am I missing here with them?
In ER Shred or Isogenics?
Yeah, in isogenics.
I think Peter Greenlaw is like one of the top earners. I don't remember which number he is, but I think he's like, I don't know, number 3.
And
or
he's in Colorado, right? Like he's here in Colorado. Like I want to say Amy that she hooked me up with her husband, Drew, like the Greenlaws. So they're the
Yeah.
ones who he got me into the page here.
Okay. Well, Peter Greenlaw was the one that came up with the part of that was his whole concept, was the incubation of the shakes.
Okay.
So that was his piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause I'm like, where do they fall? And I've never asked Amy, who I know, she's married to Drew, who I think that's his dad.
Okay.
So, but I've never asked her like where they come in at of all this with isogenics.
Yeah.
I know if they're on back order, if isogenics is on back order, I can call Amy and go, do you guys have any in your stash? Do you have a stash that I can, go pick up from you guys?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I do. I'm like, they're on back order. I can't get it. I need some stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I just didn't know where they played a part at in isogenics, where they were at.
Okay. Yeah, they're one of the top earners, and the incubated shake was
his idea.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it works much better. I mean, it is.
It is a game changer for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Especially if you have like the stomach issues, it definitely is a game changer.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this has been so much fun, Michele. So I will be putting this up on the podcast for anyone who wants to watch this replay. But thank you again for being on, and I'll see more of you in the group.
Yes, and have a good day today. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm glad we figured out how to do all this. We figured it out.
Yeah, we figured it out. Exactly.
But thank you for your patience as well. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Okay. Thanks, Crystal.
Bye.
Bye.